And
Are we-
then they don't get to pick. the
Good
salary.
afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the September 11th, 2025 Rockingham County Board of Commissioners meeting. I'd ask everyone to rise for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Before we get started, I just ask for a moment of silence. Today is obviously September 11th, a tragedy in our country. We had a tragedy in our country yesterday, as well as some tragedy within our Rockingham County community. And so I just ask for a moment of silence. Thank you. Just our heartfelt sympathies to families experiencing hardship and tragedy right now. In attendance, we have all three Board of Commissioners, Commissioner Godu, Commissioner Tombrello, and myself. We also have in the Board of Commissioners room, Julie Hoyt, Jason Henry, Chantal Duconin, Chuck Nickerson, Jude Gates, and Layla Matilla. I see an individual, Jessica Lee is here. I see appearing Kathy Stacy, and Jessica Lee is appearing via Zoom. The first thing we have is an RFP openings and awards, and we have an award for the historic book restoration for the Registry of Deeds.
Make a motion to award the proposal for historical book restoration to Co-File Technologies Inc. from amount not to exceed $96,291.50 and authorized the chair to sign all necessary documents as recommended by the Registry of Deeds.
Second.
Discussion? This is an annual project statutorily required, and we've used Co-File. They've worked with us really well. And Kathy, you always do a great job. We have a $100,000 budget line item for this, and you come in, you hit it just like right on the money. So thank you for that. On the motion, Commissioner Tombrello, Commissioner Godu.
Yes.
And I vote yes. Next, we have the consent agenda. First, we have meeting minute approval.
I make a motion to approve the August 7th, 2025 public and non-public minutes and the August 14th, 2025 public minutes.
Second.
Discussion?
On page 3 of the August 14th public minutes,
Mhm.
there are two small typos. I just think it should be requested for the final. In the upper right-hand corner of the page, it should say August 4th. And later on, under E, it should say the board decided, not the board decided. Just a simple typo. I mean, past that, but it's a fantastic as usual.
Thank you so much, Layla. Thank you for
So-
those corrections, that attention to detail. On the motion, Commissioner Godu?
Yes.
Commissioner Tombrello? And I vote yes. Next, we have the agency nursing staff report informational. I'll talk a little bit about it, but it seems like our numbers of we can see the numbers of agency is going down, and that's directly inversely proportionate to our hiring. So it seems like, and I'm sure Chantal, do you have anything to add in terms of our growth that every week seems?
Yeah, Autumn has been doing a beautiful job in sourcing and our hiring. Our last handful of orientations, we had a group of 14 that one went to Jude, but the rest were all in-house for us. Our next one was 8. We have a lot in kind of the pipeline, both nurses and the LNAs, managers, and we've had a lot more of our agency wanting to sign on and join us, especially with the new union negotiated rates. So when looking at even like the costs, our agency costs are down, our other costs are up. We also anticipated when we're onboarding, obviously it's gonna be higher. But
It's a good problem.
Yeah. It's going in the right direction, and Autumn has every time we turn around, the list is standing room only for orientations. We've actually had to relocate, I believe, a few of them because there wasn't enough room in the normal spots to
Wow.
house them.
That's great. I can't believe those are the things we're facing. I mean, and credit to you, Chantel, with some of the, I think you were the one who came to us with the idea of doing buyouts, bringing that to the table. And that has, really served us well, particularly, I mean, getting an RN, like positions that have been otherwise hard to recruit for. It's a tremendous change. So if we continue to, people come here, they enjoy it, they like working here. We have a great community. It's wonderful if we can then keep them.
Yeah, and a lot of the staff that we've bought out, were already serving our residents for a year, if not more, and ingrained into the building, and the residents enjoy them. So it's continues to allow us to have that consistency for our residents.
Yeah, that continuity of care, it's really nice.
This,
Go ahead.
something that caught my eye too with that whole report and all the graph and everything. I remember years and years ago, we went to 4 agencies. I was like, wow, we got 4. And I looked at this, there's 20. I saw the number 20 agencies. I'm like, they're gonna outdo landscapers pretty soon.
We get calls, I do probably at least weekly, truthfully, most of them I defer to HR now, but we get calls with other agencies that wanna contract with us that we just, at this time, our needs are being met and we aren't looking to go down that. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. There's new ones popping up all the time.
And originally, the notion behind it was by having more, diversity and volume, right? It's just basic economic principles of supply and demand. But I think we're fortunate to see that we don't have to utilize them, even though we have a number of resources. Anybody else? Okay, next we have the Long-Term Care Services Quarterly Compliance Committee meeting minutes, which are informational. Okay,
They were well done. I don't
Yeah.
think there's any stone left unturned.
yeah.
Addressing everything there for sure.
Oh, I did have one question about, our, maybe it's like, some of the related to, quality measures at some point that we could talk about. It doesn't have to be in this minute.
I am always happy to have a
I will-
conversation about quality vendors.
Yes. Oh, the moving independently. So at some
Yes.
point we can talk about
Yeah,
that.
I would be happy to.
Okay. Moving forward, we have a surplus equipment request pursuant to New Hampshire RSA 28(8)A in the IT department.
I make a motion to approve the surplus equipment request pursuant to New Hampshire RSA 28:8-A and declare a lengthy list, I'll add, of miscellaneous broken computer equipment from the IT department surplus with the items to be properly disposed of.
Second,
Discussion?
it was a long list.
That is broken.
And all of them said broken. There's nothing there I can take home and play with on my computer or it's all junk.
No resale value, so
Spring cleaning in the server rooms.
Yeah.
that's good, yeah.
Understandable. I have 2 or 3 computers still at home that haven't been thrown out. I should do one of these so that I can get rid of the stuff that doesn't work.
Well, mostly it's servers and switches that we're being, so
Right.
clearly the servers.
It'll all be recycled.
Great. Thank you. On the motion, Commissioner Tombrello?
Yes,
Commissioner Godu?
Yes,
And I vote yes. Next, we have the September 12th, 2025 payroll.
I make a motion to approve the payroll expense in the amount of $1,632,634.39 for the period ending September 6th, 2025.
second.
Discussion?
Seems in line with what we're tracking.
It is, it's a little higher. Is that due to,
So it's
Or-
new employees and
Some-
we're in that trend now, as has already been discussed, we're gonna see just more of that. So it's actually good news.
yeah, exactly.
So.
That's how I
Oh,
see it.
more employees.
Right.
Yes, more
exactly.
employees.
Fewer
so-
agencies.
Fewer, yeah, good use of lesson. Yes, and it's not substantially more, but just paying attention and we can see how it's trending. Again, this is like good cost increases.
Yeah, I think in the next few payrolls, you'll see a more of a sharper increase.
I'm looking forward to the breakdown of how we look at money that is expended for agency versus like in our percent across the budget. That's
Mhm.
always really valuable. Perhaps we can do it at the end, plan to do it at the end of September, because that way we'll have a quarter, it's sort of like a mini quarter, our own internal quarter review. Sometime in October, I should say. Okay. On the motion, Commissioner Godu,
Yes.
Commissioner Tombrilla, and I vote yes. Next, we have the commissioners' updates. Anybody have anything to
I
share?
don't have any updates today.
I'll just, real quick, I spoke last night at Zavino's Wine to a group of people and talked about the new building in length. And some people have gone by and see it, and some of them were shocked that we've done and anticipate the opening soon and the solar and. People are really, really, really excited. There's a couple that have seen it and wondered what it was.
Yeah.
They thought it was an Amazon, they thought it was an Amazon warehouse. I mean,
Like this
is
is
that an
Amazon.
Amazon warehouse? I said, no, that's not an Amazon warehouse, but people were really engaged and excited to hear what we've done, and I spent a lot of time talking about it, so I was happy.
Just is so, I mean, just to that point, I just feel so thrilled where the county is going because of the new building, whether it's having more dispatch consoles, so if we need any expansion, to getting that community corrections with all the like features to make it feel more rehabilitative in terms of the environment, to, you know, it was so great to go see the county attorney's office and some of the rooms for victims, including children, where like it just like, you know, nice spaces to make people feel comfortable, or the deeds. There are so many office spaces like for closings. I mean, that's going to become the go-to closing place. Even if you're e-filing, that is like the perfect place to go meet, and then you can go, you know, so it's just tremendous. It's tremendous, and it really is like, I can't believe what the entire team has achieved. It really is the entire team, and I think about this, it's like when we talk about creating we're part of the team that's like the building for the 50 years, 100 years. It's incredible. It's incredible. So I can't thank you enough, Jude, to you, to your team, Chuck and Harvey and Warren Street. I mean,
Done a
Jonathan
great job.
had like the attention to details. Unbelievable. That's all I got. Anybody else? All right, let's move on to discussion about the chaplain liability insurance quote. Jason?
So I brought forward, we have found a chaplain who is bilingual, who is very motivated. So as you know, our chaplain is stepping down. She's still kind of limping along and helping us along. She's still over here at the nursing home, and she's willing to stay and train this new individual. I've got that worked out with her. That being said, part of the chaplains, they have to have insurance, to protect themselves and protect the county. Insurance isn't real cheap, and we don't pay a real lot. We'll call it's a contracted position. So in order through negotiations, we really want to hire her, but part of it is if we can pay for the insurance and I have money in the budget to pay for the insurance, then I'd be able to get her to sign the contract and have you guys sign her so she can start October 1st. So I'm asking that we be allowed to take out of my budget to pay for the insurance, whether that she pays for it, it's a reimbursement, or whether it's we give her a stipend, she pays for it, but I can work that well with the finance department. And we've got multiple quotes. The first quote was first one was like almost $2,600, and this quote is down to
1,200.
1,200. So, which isn't too bad, $1 million insurance, those kinds of things, which protects them. So I would like to be able to use, I have the money to vote.
It seems like a no-brainer to me. It's like, I mean, it is trying to get individuals who are willing to come into a jail setting. It's really important to give inmates access to the chaplain services. It is a lot of liability and exposure because, when people sue, one of the first places people named are the chaplains. So,
Which is what happened this last time and scared off our chaplain.
so
We talked to her about this up front, that it could happen, we indemnify and that kind of stuff, but the insurance is very, very important to have, so.
I
I think history will show too. We sent that RFP out They got zero
Right.
response.
Yeah, so this time we put it out as a position.
Yeah.
The contract position, so we did get a response. That's how we did it last time too, because there was nobody took it as an RFP, but, when, last chaplain, we put out as what, like we did with this one too. We actually got somebody, and again, we find someone that's, again, bilingual,
Bilingual, that's
which
the-
has been a godsend for our chaplain we have now. Just couldn't
Really
ask for that, and,
important.
so, and our current chaplain will also cross train her and help her out. Plus, she's still gonna be over here and she still might volunteer a place, so got a very good succession plan. And we have over 56 volunteers that our chaplain has gotten and manages to get inside our facility. So like I say, religious services are going very, very well. And all these other type of things as well. So I asked that, be able to take it out of the budget and pay for this.
It's great programming, and I think obviously that the bilingual component is just fantastic, so.
So I asked for two things. One is that I can work out Chuck how he's to be paid. Two, I know Tom's been gone the next 2 weeks. If I get her to sign and permission for somebody to sign the contract for her.
So the only concern I have with that just is that it would technically need a bid waiver, because you
No, we put it out as a,
did put it out as bid,
yeah, we put it out as a position.
as a
Which
position.
we did last time after the bid waiver put out as a position. It's the same thing we did last time for energy. And didn't have to go to bid waiver because because we did the RFP, it didn't work, so we brought it back to the board and went back out as position. Alice and I went through this, the last process.
Fine. Yeah, I was just concerned about that aspect because it was.
So will this insurance be paid for, officially paid for by the chaplain insuring herself and releasing us from liability? So we'll need to pay this person to pay for the insurance that.
Yeah, there's a couple of ways I'm talking chaplain. I don't know if Anna wants to pay for it, or we want to give her a stipend and she pays for it, or we want her to pay for it and the reimbursement is multiple, whichever will be the best mechanism.
I don't think the insurance necessarily will indemnify us, but
It protects the chaplain.
yes,
We indemnify her as a county when if that letter I send, if for some reason, named to get sued, a indemnification letter, unless it's something that they've done outside the scope of their duties, and I do not write you guys a letter to ask them to indemnify if they're on their own insurance, all that kind of good stuff, but they need insurance in general, because religious is sued over meals and a bunch of other things.
I don't think that we're paying enough to expect that somebody would incur this expense, and perfectly appropriate for us to be providing that.
so I don't
So-
think you need a formal motion. I think you just, once it comes back forward to us, like when you come back to us with the contract, that will include the
The fee.
fee. Right,
Well, I had the original contract, which is only the money that's in my, the money in my line for the contract, or that would be separate.
well, not what's in but the contract will include ostensibly, the contract that you signed with her is going to include a provision that says
Okay,
insurance
I
is
see.
going to be covered. We're not approving where, like, you're
Okay, no, I
gonna work
understand.
out the budget end, but
Yeah.
we have to approve the contract, and by approving it,
No, I understand, we can add that on
right,
there, that's pretty easy,
correct.
and then Chuck can figure out the best way.
In that way, when we go to pay for it, it's like, yeah,
It's easy, thank you.
great. Okay, moving on. We have the bid waiver request for Optima Communication System Incorporated.
I'll make a motion to approve the Optima Communication System Inc. proposal and bid waiver request the amount of $89,381.24 for communications in the new building, and authorize the chair to sign all necessary documents as recommended by the Senior Director of Planning, Facilities and Planning, and IT, and the IT Director.
Second.
Discussion? It's part of our, it's the reason it's sole source.
Yeah, we
It's
don't
our
have a
phone
choice.
systems. So, it's very exciting that, I mean, one of the biggest hurdles to getting into the new building is getting all of our IT set up, which is no trivial task in a building of that size and the number of department meets there are. So, let's go forward. Thank you for bringing this forward.
Go with unknown source.
Okay. On the motion, Commissioner Tombrello.
Yes,
Commissioner Godu?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Next, we have a bid waiver request for Amazon.
I'll make a motion to approve the Amazon bid waiver request in the amount of $18,815 for the purchase of 67 televisions for the new building. And authorize the senior director of finance to utilize all of the county American Express points to cover approximately $12,300 of the requested bid waiver amount as recommended by the senior director of finance.
Second.
Discussion? Good shopping, Chuck. You were like savvy shopper.
$12,000 worth of points? That's
No.
awesome.
Yeah.
But 67, I think, can we talk about 67 televisions, big size TVs for 18, less than $19,000? That's crazy.
The first came out to like
We do them.
2,000 TV.
I know, we're talking about like, you know, $200 to $300 a TVs.
Big ones.
And some big boys, yeah, big
Yes.
ones.
And so an 80-inch one, that's the one who watched the Patriots on. 80-inch, I like being at the game, right?
Just about, you're right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's your, oh, you can,
Yeah.
going in the boardroom. We, if anyone finds Tom.
Is that one really going in the board? No, it's not going.
I think it is called up to the boardroom, yes.
What's going in the auditorium?
The auditorium has the
LEDs.
panel.
The
Okay.
multiple 12-inch, it's much, much larger than.
I'm not worried about it, I just.
Yeah.
Maybe you want us in the auditorium.
Can we bring popcorn into the auditorium? I mean, into the boardroom?
No.
So we can watch that big
Well,
TV?
Thank you for your efforts, Chuck,
You're welcome.
bringing it back there. It's again, and part of the reason everybody, we're doing the bid waiver, so a number of bid waiver requests today, just for everyone in Zoom land is because in order to approve a bid waiver request, it takes all three commissioners to approve it. Commissioner Tombrello is, I think, he's going to make his best efforts to Zoom, but we just wanted to ensure we can get this done and move forward, efficiently, so. On the motion, Commissioner Godu?
Yes.
Commissioner Tombrello?
Yes.
And I vote yes.
Thank you.
We have secondary manufacturers settlement.
Make a motion to approve the county's participation in the secondary manufacturer settlement for opioid abatement funds. To authorize the chair to sign all necessary documents as recommended by the senior director of finance.
Second.
Discussion?
I'm in favor of this for sure. But I think since we're on the opioid topic, that I might bring up, I read and I got reminded when reading the minutes that you brought up, previously, the concern that we're not using this money for ongoing expenses, or at least not in excess. And I know there's some that's going on. So I'm thinking, I'd like to see a report of the money that's come
Yeah.
in, what's gone out. It's
Right.
probably already done, like,
No, but I had raised this, that's what I was raising, which is like, let's look at it for succession planning and
Yeah.
for,
Yeah, Chuck said that puts on together, and him and I are working, because mine's the biggest one, obviously.
Yeah.
So we have already started working on that for the commissioners of
Okay,
what's been spent, what is being spent, what is projected being spent, how much money's coming in. And those.
because we want to focus on one-time expenses, not depending on it to,
Well, because,
set the budget.
Right,
And what
yeah.
we're doing is like a phase down approach.
yeah, well, remember, this money comes in over next 10 years too, so it's not just one-time money. The only time it was one-time
Fair
money
enough.
was the $2.2 million, which was a grant that was specific for the jail for paying Medicaid assisted treatment, which we actually haven't touched that $2 million yet, because John had to do much reporting on it.
Yeah, we thought DHHS was requiring more and more additional supporting information for the expenses. That seems to have been dropped.
Yeah.
So.
okay, that's good.
But I mean, I
Thank you.
think we're all on the same page.
Absolutely.
I think one last thing, I think the thought was at some point we'll ask for an opioid abatement committee meeting
Yeah.
to invite everybody there so the whole group can have everything and full discussion.
Makes sense.
Yeah, but I thought we should get the reporting and then set up the meeting, so it can be a fruitful
Yeah, the
discourse.
amounts are quite substantial that we have that's not spent and what's still to come.
And I think it's like not necessarily that we have to make big decisions right away, but it's more, to me, as I see it, it's more of like strategic planning. And that's what the next opioid abatement committee meeting should be about, setting up a strategic plan for the future, not necessarily having to expend, and that's where initially we're just going to have discussions about what direction to move, and it will be evolve over time. Okay. On the motion, Commissioner Tombrello.
Yes.
Commissioner Godu?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Next, we're moving on to human resources. We have the 2026 AMWINS renewal.
Make a motion to approve Amwins continue, to continue as product administrator for the Express Scripts prescription drug plans offered for Medicare eligible retirees at an approximate 5.6% increase in the rates, and authorize the chair to sign the Amwins renewal form. These plans are 100% retiree paid.
Second.
Discussion?
Chantel, are you happy with this company? I assume,
Yeah,
since we're asking for it again?
yes.
Yes, okay,
Okay. On the motion, Commissioner Godu?
yes,
Commissioner Tombrello? And I vote yes. Next, we have an accept and request 7-3 new appointment rate for the finance office.
Make a motion to approve an exception request of personnel policy 7-3, new appointment rate for finance office employee ES as recommended by the human resources manager.
second,
Discussion?
I would just make a minor note that those exception requests have former commissioners. Ours doesn't, the one that Leah's got, but
there are some old forms hanging around, I think.
Yes.
I am gonna sign it. though.
It's crossed out
Yeah.
and put you.
I pulled
the
one form and this template and forgot to change the font.
Well, so just with,
Fine.
this isn't an issue with this, with respect to this one, the reason we are talking about doing an exception request is due to the individuals, the employees' experience. A lot of experience and include in terms of years as well as specifically with regard to government auditing. So that's the basis for this.
Actually, I talked to Chuck today, all the individual Chuckers really broke down exactly how talented this individual is, so I'm very, very excited that Jessica get the tools she needs.
Yes. Absolutely. On the motion, Commissioner Tombrello,
Yes,
Commissioner Godu?
Yes,
And I vote yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have an exception request for the new hire bonus payment policy in Department of Corrections.
I'll make a motion to approve and accept the request for the new hire bonus payment policy for human resources employee PDV as recommended by the human resources manager.
second,
Discussion? Both this one and the next exception request are tied to an individual who got promoted. So this is exactly what we want to see. So it's like, we wouldn't want to penalize growth by taking away something.
the
Just-
bonus was well spent.
Yeah.
If we
exactly.
got somebody that we want to, two employees that we want to hire. Yeah, I want to give
Incentive.
a raise to, you know, and promote within a year. That's a great hire.
On our end, it was a very good hire, working out very well. Yeah, to be a leader and also supervisor, so
Nice.
very happy.
On the, any further discussion?
No.
On the motion, Commissioner Godu?
Yes,
Commissioner Tombrello?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Next, we have an exception request for the referral bonus payment policy.
I'll make a motion to approve an exception request to the referral bonus payment policy for Department of Correctional employee NL as recommended by the human resources manager.
second,
Discussion? Hearing none, Commissioner Tombrello?
Yes.
Commissioner Godu?
yes,
And I vote yes. Next, we have an exception request referral bonus payment in long-term care services.
I'll make a motion to approve an exception request to referral bonus payment policy for a long-term care employee NR as recommended by the human resources manager.
second,
This is the same application, which is promotion to a different job that is outside of the bonus referral. So, I mean, the bonus payment, again, money well spent. Commissioner Godu?
yes,
Commissioner Tombrello?
Yes.
And I vote yes. We have a general leave request for the Department of Corrections.
I'll make a motion to approve a general leave request for Department of Corrections employee JK with the county portion of all benefits to continue for the period of September 7, 2025 through
For
October 11, 2025, recommended by
the,
huh?
superintendent of the Department of Corrections
Oh,
and the senior director, human resources manager.
and then, yeah, okay. As recommended to October 11, 2025, recommended by the senior director of long-term care services and human resources manager.
If I may just clarify that motion.
Something.
We're moving to approve a general leave request for Department of Corrections employee JK with county portion of all benefits to continue for the period of September 7th, 2025 through October 11th, 2025, as recommended by the superintendent of the Department of Corrections and human resources manager.
Thought we did get
Second.
Well, she's doing such a great job in long-term care services. You better watch out.
I would just ask if we can talk about, I didn't see enough about it, and I didn't get a chance to call the superintendent about it, so I don't know. It's over a month, so I would just like to maybe discuss it in public, so I would know what I'm voting on, because it's.
Sure. So
I see the monies, but I don't see the reason.
Would you-
So I'd ask the table,
table it?
just so.
Okay. Do we have a second on the motion to table?
Second,
On the motion to table, Commissioner Tombrello,
Yes.
Commissioner Godu,
yes.
and I vote yes. That's gonna be two. Next, we have the staffing agency acquisition acknowledgement and acceptance approval.
To acknowledge and agree the assignment of ShiftMed LLC was acquired, a current vendor, Korea Staff Unlimited, and authorize the chair to sign all necessary documents.
That you move to, acknowledge and agree? Yeah, okay. On the motion to acknowledge and agree,
Second,
discussion? This is just simply
Continue.
administrative in nature. On the motion, Commissioner Godu,
yes.
Commissioner Tombrello.
Yes.
And I vote yes. All right, we're gonna transition right into department head updates. Julie, you're to my right.
Hello. It's been pretty quiet over in HR this week. I know, I hesitate to say that.
Challenge accepted.
Knock on wood.
I like your, Julie, I like your honesty.
Yeah, so Autumn wanted me to share, we have 16 people starting on the 22nd, so our orientations are nice and big. Yeah, it's pretty big. It's gonna be in the Hilton, I believe.
I think going forward, we're gonna have to use the new auditorium.
Yeah. And Katie and I this week have been working on, our document management system. Vendor has sent us an agreement and some other paperwork, so we're working through that and calling references. So that's what Katie and I have been working on this week. Other than that, there's not much to report.
Thank you.
Thanks.
What do you stay tuned next week?
I know, that makes me nervous. So,
Superintendent Henry.
Shop on something for you. Well, we're currently at 174.
Ooh,
Excuse me, 164. Knock that back
oh,
to
okay.
10.
All right, that's better.
Ooh, oh, down.
You know, it's funny, we're seeing the uptick in the September where usually you see this kind of
July,
increase in
August.
July, August, but
We are seeing later. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
it's,
it's all pre-trial. I mean, out of 164, I have 30 people sentenced. And half of that are sick leave or lazy, but half of them can't work or other things. So we still have very minimal workers inside the facility. So we are mainly pre-trial, but this is just indicative across the board. It's not just here. But definitely more intakes coming in, and females as well too. Yeah. So, yeah, usually we go over, I would assume over earlier in summer.
Are we taking in females?
We do take in females.
Okay,
So
so
you
we usually transfer them, don't we?
we take them in, and then the ones that we can transfer out, we do our methadone, we keep, or if they need 24-hour medical care, then I have to look at the other two facilities that I have, see if they're able to take them. So we do have keeping some females, and then, but as many as we can send out, we do.
appropriation.
Yeah. We too been doing quite a bit of hiring over at our place, and a lot of stuff on Indeed, the quick Indeed. And I can say again, Dave Constantino, and they just click on there and he's cold calling them. And he snags some. Hey, I see you clicked on that, for a fee, you can anyways. There's over the fee, but he snags him in though. Well, yeah, I was thinking about it. So he's really, really good. It's been so
Great.
helpful.
Yeah, What a great resource.
Yeah, I mean, beyond the stuff he's doing with our guard tour and other things that he does, come back 2 days a week, the recruiting piece, because he's so personable. And he loads up Major Banfield with tons of interviews.
But there's
So a lot.
probably no one who knows that building and that the inner workings of Department of Corrections better than,
It's just his personality.
Yeah.
You know, he just, everybody knows the ex-major Constantino, just that he just is magnanimous and very strong people.
And- accessible, just an accessible person.
Yeah. Officer Evans been doing a lot of projects in multiple different towns. That has really ramped up again since, you know, it started coming back after COVID. This year's been just a lot of projects. The roofs, the painting, plow trucks, cleaning up stuff. It's just helping over from Juice Farmer, just a lot of stuff this year, which is good. They're happy to have that. Matter of fact, the town of Raymond had overabundance of Freezy Pops, so we picked up a pallet of Freezy Pops, which I will be boxing up and sending to multiple different departments to put in your freezers for your staff. So when we get a chance to get some boxes in and take care of that.
We can have at the ribbon cutting ceremony.
Freezy Pops,
That,
I got a pallet of them.
And this is-
So
really-
that came in 2 days ago. Tomorrow we have the 126 graduation. Over at Merrimack County. On Wednesday, September 24th at 8 AM, we will be doing our promotion ceremony, which we have 9 people we're honoring for their promotions. I can send out to you guys an email if you want. Do you want to come over? We're inviting their family if they're willing to show up. But it'll be a quick ceremony, but it'll be on September 24th. And
I wanted to be there, but I'll be in Rome, so I apologize.
all right, it's a good trip. Opioid payment, I had a meeting Monday this week that went well, nothing really new to report there. Off the top of my head, I just can't think of the company, maybe Grandway, I'll find what it is. We gave money to do small grants, up to $75,000. We gave them $5 million so they can get up the door quicker. They're ramping up this month, starting with up to $15,000 with the grants. They're hoping by the end of October-ish, up to 75,000. When I get the full information, I'll give it here so we can put it out on the websites, that kind of stuff. People can apply for those grants. Gets the money out much quicker than we can, because if you go to us, it takes over a year to do a grant for GNC and everything else. So we partnered with a lot of different agencies, including the Housing Authority, to get money out. So that was a good meeting on Monday. That is all I have.
Thank you. Chantal.
Hi. So for census, we are 137 at the nursing home, 47 in assisted living. I am sad to say we are in an outbreak status. It is contained currently to 1 unit, so we are only in masks mandated in the 1 unit right now. Encouraged throughout the building. So we just finished additional testing. With that, we have 5 staff members and 3 residents at this time. Some general, hopefully less sad, news to report. It is assisted living week. So in the assisted living, the residents, their theme is around the world. So one day they were in Hawaii, so everyone had a lei and a backdrop and photos and lots of crafts. Today was Chinese food they really wanted. So enjoying that. We had the remembering moment of silence this morning, outside of the building for 9/11, which is beautiful. Working on wrapping up our plan of correction to submit, because that is due tomorrow. I just need 2 dates from you. We can connect. Thank you. We have the county job fair on the 24th of this month, so working through that and advertising and kind of continuing to pass that out in conjunction with HR, and it will go in the Union Leader, so please look for that as well. We have the training on the 17th for our direct care staff. We also opened it to our families. You can do it virtual or in person, so it's dementia, mental health, and there's one of the sessions, it's an hour, is on leadership.
Fantastic.
So that was open to the county as well. And other than that, Alzheimer's fundraising for the walk. We have started getting collections already for raffles from local businesses, which we hope to do in October, and we have over 30 people that agreed to be pied. So we are working on getting, the flyer had to be tweaked a little because we ran out of space for all the names. So we are working through that to get it out to be able to start taking donations.
How many people are gonna be
Hi.
pied?
So it
Just
was gonna
one?
be, well, it's gonna be one, I'll take it if it's yours, but we're gonna try and do 3 now, cause there's 30 people.
Oh, like beam me up.
Yeah. So,
My wife was not happy that I agreed to be pied.
why? It's for a good cause.
That's what I told her.
She likes it.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why she's unhappy, because she's not the one throwing the pie.
So it, when it started, it was
I don't
ideal.
know if I signed up.
You did.
Oh, you did.
Drop it in the middle of a
Your chance
conversation with
is
you.
crazy.
Compliment sandwich.
Yeah. Talking about something, I threw it in, you said sure, and then we went right back. I did. No, but it originally started with the nursing home as the thought, and then we kind of kept expanding. Chuck gave me the idea when he was like, oh, people might for me, and I was like, so you're in? And then it just expanded and everyone, so Jason and a handful from his team, Julie and Allison, Jude and Rich, and Chuck, and then the 3 of you and a lot on my team have agreed. So we are finalizing the flyer and gonna get that out, and then our residents will be the ones doing the hiring.
Fantastic.
So we'll make an activity of it.
Thank you so much for doing this. It's so great. It
That's
really-
the question that everyone
I
asks, so
hope
kind of,
it's like chocolate.
so we were just gonna do like a whipped
Whipped
cream
cream,
pie.
As long as it's not Cool Whip.
Oh, so I think we come up, some people want like a flavor, and I'm like. So whipped
Demanding.
Yeah,
Well, could you have multiple options in case someone wants to choose?
I,
I like the Cool Whip.
Bring your own pot.
yeah,
Yeah.
so, we'll
Yeah.
be doing
You
that
want
and
to-
kind of making an event of it, so to speak, so we'll allow. Or advertise, I guess, or promote it so residents can come and watch as well, because who doesn't wanna see someone get pied? But it's for a good cause.
I don't know, I just think of the Three Stooges when I say.
Well, it's okay, 'cause we're gonna do 3 people now.
Well, I guess, maybe that's a theme.
Yeah.
The Three Stooges.
Seems like it should be. Just, I mean, really going back to, we're being kind of silly about this, and that's, just to be fun and playful, but really the goal is to raise money for a really wonderful cause, and particularly a cause, I mean, we see it firsthand in our community, people struggling with Alzheimer's and within our Rockingham, the nursing home community as well as within Rockingham County. So any efforts that we can make on a side note, even if it means getting Pride to support, to raise money to support research and treatment, and it's a wonderful thing. So bringing it back to,
I was the recipient of some assistance from the Alzheimer's Association, and I cannot say more about how helpful they are and the volunteers to talk to people, because it's a serious problem.
Yeah.
And yes, it is deserving of our attention.
it's really, it really is so challenging for both the individuals
And the family.
experiencing it and their families, even in some ways, you know.
Family more, because
yeah.
the patients are not quite as aware as they
Yeah.
might be.
Thank you, Chantel. Item.
It's a lot.
You agreed. You can always match whatever is earned to avoid the pie.
Well, there we
You know, I
go.
always remember one time that they had a thing here, lunch with the commissioner, and I won that, and it was the worst ride I had to go for lunch with the commissioner, so this sounds like it's gonna be a lot more fun. Lot more
That's
fun,
fun.
pie in the
It's-
face.
As you said, it's really it's a horrible disease for anyone to have to do and live and see their family with. But to take something that's horrible and find a moment to spread joy and
Yeah. And
be able to
humor.
acknowledge it and
Yeah,
honor it in a way that brings joy to any individual at the same time, I think it's
Sure, we
It's
make the
special, yeah.
newsletter. It'll be in the newsletter for sure.
Kathy, I see you in Zoom land. We're going around the room. How are you today?
Okay, nothing to report. Thank you.
You. Okay, round in the corner, Chuck.
Okay, happy to report that the county received its tax apportionment from DRA. And I did put together some analyses between years, and so I did forward that to Leila and to separately to the commissioners. So that if you do talk to some of your constituent towns, you can have some of the data there.
Thank you.
So some of the numbers were interesting, the swings. The norm seemed to be that most individual towns were not right around the 4.26% tax increase. So,
Really?
yeah, I mean, and again, the apportionments are driven by this one calculation that's only done for the county tax apportionment. That's purely the modified equalized valuation that DRA collects. And what can happen is if some towns have lots of development going on, or they did a reval, because every 5 years. And this is not what happened already this year. This is what happened in 2024 calendar year. And it's what those communities did in relation to the other 36. It's gonna drive what,
Right.
That they very well could have an increase much different than 4.26% in the aggregate.
Right, so they could be up 5%, I mean, or 3%, and then some of the, like, for instance, a town like Portsmouth with a reevaluation and a lot of growth, or Fremont just did I don't know the timeline exactly, but you could see disproportionately high percentage increases. But that offsets some of the smaller towns or towns with less development, just by virtue of.
Yeah, so it's interesting that some of the smaller, relatively smaller towns must have had some sort of things going on, whether it's, actual sales of property as far as values or development going on, maybe a company moved in, or what have you. But there's definitely some swings.
Yeah.
So,
Well, that'll be
Stand
kind of
down,
interesting.
we did the revale too.
Yeah,
But
Well,
and
that-
again, yeah,
that's probably an example of that.
But then you look, a town, I wanted to buy sand on like $1.4 billion, it went up to like 1.7, so the whole town went up with the revale, so now we pay for a portion of the taxes, so we had an increase.
and if you want to read further in, I did also attach the actual full-blown
Thanks,
equalization survey that DRA performed. And they seem to be done a little bit earlier this year compared to other years, so that was good.
Yeah.
So, and we were well, Cheshire County is the only one that beat us out for getting our portion
It's great.
as far as first, so that's.
Well, I know some of that is a product of your advocacy work, so thank you, Chuck, for all your efforts up at the State House.
Yeah, trying to make sure our MS forms are done
Yeah.
quickly enough and, all the different minutes that are needed. Let's see, as usual, the financial statement audit work and single audit work continues. Whitfleet, the accounting firm that's helping us out with doing the cost reports, confirmed that they have everything they need. They are going to be buttoning things up for the Medicaid cost report audit. So, I think today they're hoping to finalize things, so we should be getting a report very soon. So that's good news as well. So we'll be well in advance of the 9:30 deadline on that. Let's see, just a reminder that for those that participate, the NHAC Legislative Committee meetings start up again. So I guess you won't be available, will you? Well, don't they start up this Friday?
Yeah, but it's in the afternoon, I'll be done.
Okay, will be done? All right.
Yeah, we don't have the graduation, then I'll be on.
Sorry, Superintendent Henry is the chair. And happy about it. Let's see, also in the HAC for the 50th anniversary conference, just want to bring up that, great work by all those involved in getting sponsorships. Because exceeded the budget sponsorship level by $40,000. So really,
It's over it.
really way over budget, so good work by those that were involved in getting sponsorships.
Can I just do a plug on that? Megan, what's it now, IT support liaison person. I tasked him with helping out and he put a whole spreadsheet together, just alone on himself. He contacted almost 100 different sponsorships. And then also incorporate what everybody else did on the spreadsheet, so that way it was saved in perpetuity, used again for the following year. And I will say that even here, Allison did a great job of getting a bunch of support as well. So Rockingham County really did do And I will just say, it's the bulk of getting the money for this conference, even though it's all 10 counties. And, Brent Chuck, I mean, you won't say it, but I will, but Rockingham County did the majority of the work getting this, pulling over $40,000 more than was expected. Not much came from the other counties, so I think we need, but it's true.
That was intense.
And I think from what I've heard, I think one of the sessions, the speakers have been finalized, I believe, so that's good news through for the conference. Again, that's being held, the middle of November.
You want to talk about? That's all we're talking about conference, so, you know, those have been in the conference before, they changed a little bit on the awards night. Just so make things a little more, consistent, easier, and streamlined. They will call the county, all their representatives up to the stage at the same time at once, and then they'll
That's
go
great.
over the awards, so you can have pictures actually of your county, so that way it was broken up, you actually couldn't take pictures of your county. So that's gonna happen at one shot.
Oh, great.
Oh, good.
It'll be a little more efficient. It's like,
That's what
they're
that,
not so disjointed, yeah.
I was barely part of the group of organization of it, that's like, I chimed in every now and then, they put it together, which was Allison, Ben Champagne, and some other ones. I thought that was a good idea.
Great.
We will have to renew our solar array, related insurance policies, because we did get coverage back at the initial policy last May. But it's expiring 9/30, so obviously it's important that we renew those. Hopefully, the quotes that we'll get from Cross Insurance will, the grand total between two policies will hopefully still be around that $12,000 or $13,000 per year amount. Because we need two policies to be able to meet the large insurance or hefty insurance requirements, required by the infrastructure agreement, interconnection agreement with Eversource.
Yeah.
So,
We're scrambling. I don't know.
and on a sad note, for us in finance, Leslie Carey, our 10-year payroll practitioner individual is going to be leaving the county. Her last day is Tuesday, so we're very sorry to see her go. Her work has been greatly appreciated over the years. But she's, still gonna be relatively in the same field, but working private industry.
Oh, we wish her the best, though. It's a sad disappointment and, loss for the county. Is that it? Anything else? Thank you. Jude?
Afternoon. Oswald facilities, nothing really huge new to report. We were happy to participate this morning with the county, the 111. It's 24 years. So we ring the bell 24 times and every year you think, has it really been that long? It's kind of amazing. The building is progressing very nicely. They've been paving this week. It looks like a completely different place. There's a sidewalk outside of the facilities building this week. We are working daily to nail down the needs for the fire department with regard to the antenna system that's going to be needed in the building. And whether or not we'll be able to get a temporary certificate of occupancy. It's looking pretty good, but we're not there yet. So we should have, they told us Tuesday, within a couple of weeks, we should have proposals that include both time implications as well as cost implications. So the time implication obviously is key. We need to get out of the courthouse and get out of that lease. So I'm looking at both pieces right now, and it's not looking too bad. I mean, I think it looks better today than it did on Tuesday, so it's kind of a work in progress. Other than that, we're very busy all over the place and all as well.
Thank you. I know Commissioner Tombrello mentioned this last week, which was a really good point. We still have $800,000 in contingency or thereabouts. Yeah, I mean, lawyer now. So I think he raised a good point that
That's what it's for.
right, so
That's definitely unforeseen.
Oh, for sure.
so
We'll see how it goes.
thank you so much, and thank you for your diligence in addressing this issue. It's like,
We're all working
Yeah.
on it for sure.
yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, we gotta,
Harvey's been right in front of it, I must say, contacting the state fire marshal's office in Brentwood, and there's a new chief coming on board, so there's like we don't have a 20-year good faith kind of
relationship.
relationship as yet, so we're doing everything that we need to do, and I think they're seeing that.
Great,
Thank you.
wonderful. Leila,
I have nothing, thank you.
okay. Thank you. Moving on to new business, old business. Does anybody have new business or old business?
We want to discuss a ribbon cutting date.
We were talking about, I think, the first week of November, right?
We discussed it, but we didn't set a date.
We need to see it all.
Yeah,
We're
I
gonna
think
try
we
to
should-
do it a day before our meeting, right, like, not so we have a meeting that day, if people still hung around, then we talked about a Wednesday and have a meeting. Yeah,
We did.
Thursday.
we did. I mean, I guess we can pick a tentative date. That said, there's that extraneous factor of making sure everything comes through for our CO.
Yeah.
So whether temporary or permanent,
We
I
can
mean-
do Tentative, yes.
we could tentatively say either, I don't know if we want to do it. Because the 4th is election day. The 5th is the Wednesday, November 5th. So we could do the 5th or the 12th. I don't know.
You don't want to do it on the day that we meet.
I think it's going to be a lengthier, so it might be that
We
more,
need the
at-
time.
yeah.
Following week is the association, right?
Right.
That's the week.
Oh, yeah.
I love
But we don't necessarily have to we could do it, what about Friday, November 7th? That would be a nice,
it. Yeah,
would that be, I think that,
British Fox Cakes, November 7th, it's kind of.
It's no-
Nice.
Point.
Well- yeah. So
You
why
don't
don't
want to
we
do the
think
5th? Oh, you don't want to do Wednesday, the day after election? I mean,
it's.
I'm gonna be there.
Anything's fine. I wondered if a Friday would be nice, because it's like a way to finalize the week, and I don't know. I'm completely flexible.
I'm
The
flexible.
Does anybody have any other considerations?
7th is a Dam Association of Counties meeting at Taylor. We don't have to go.
Do we wanna try and set like 2 dates and see if we can get the governor here? It really would be nice to have. And I did reach out to former Governor Sununu, he took a big job in Washington. It would be nice to have one big dignitary like that there, cause it's special to us, and I hope that, I know you talked to Governor Ayotte, right? But try and get one of them here, cause this is big for us.
Why don't we do
We have
this?
2 dates, maybe we.
Why
can
don't
do
we-
2.
Keep these, I don't think we should do outreach till we have a more of a firm
Review.
firm understanding of timeline and whether we can get a temporary CO.
Yeah.
So what I suggest is we have now like sort of settled on that in terms of those either 5th, 7th,
Yeah.
and 6th, whatever, though the
Oh,
3-day, 5, 6, or 7, because we could always adjust our meeting, our commissioners meeting. So we'll just look at that, and then, does anybody have is that problematic?
Kathy Stacy has a comment.
I don't want to be the, for the 5th, Allison and I will still be at a conference and we come back late that night, and I'm sure Allison is.
Unless
gonna keep part. That's that, Jen.
Kathy?
I just want to say, we're not going to be having an association meeting on the 7th. I don't plan on that because I have the conference the next week.
Okay.
So
That's right.
we, let's push towards the 7th, 6th or 7th, that would, and then, but let's just wait, that's a tentative, we'll pencil that in, keep it, but why don't we wait to get a little more data on the temporary CO, and then we can make a decision of finalize and try to do that outreach first.
Do we know what day of the week the executive council meets? Is that on every Friday? I'm not sure, or like,
I think a Wednesday, Wednesday.
okay, I don't know. All right, 7th. So we'll push towards the 7th.
Yeah,
And then confirm later. Okay, that's good.
do you have any other new business?
I do not.
I do. It's somewhat of on a personal nature, but somewhat not, which is, as you may know, that we run trainings for, police officers. And I was hoping that, we could, and this year we're gonna do a training in conjunction with, actually the prosecutor for the sheriff's department. And
So in your private practice,
Yes.
you run training?
Right, sorry.
I wasn't sure who we was.
Sorry, yes.
Okay,
I thought we were gonna do pie in the face and you were gonna get us into a job.
Yeah. No, I don't mind.
Go into the road race and pie in the
Yeah,
face.
exactly. It's gonna be a regular old interval.
Good.
What I was hoping is that I could have permission from the board to use the auditorium the first week of December, particularly, I was thinking this Friday, December 5th. It would be using the auditorium for that day, a full day of use to host police officers across Rockingham County to come to the training, including.
How does that happen?
Somebody
We have
hacked
to
in.
talk to Rob and how we prevent that from happening in the future. I don't,
There's some horrified people on the other screen or something.
I would
I
imagine,
am too.
So we have three other people in the waiting room, Donald Trump, Julia H. and Lonnie
but you didn't let them in.
something or other. Well, I let people in as they show up because it's a public
Yeah.
meeting.
Somebody
Oh, I
just turned the screen to the TV.
Just,
Now I'm reluctant.
So
We
I
did for the whole meeting.
On the
She
pre,
was.
she is here, she's here related to the Department of Corrections
Yeah,
and she's
she's
emailed,
gone now.
okay. So Ms. Lee is here in,
Hopefully she comes back.
yes, if she is not here, then maybe we can make arrangements for her to call in.
Good enough here too.
Yes, yeah, okay.
I see her phone, only to call again.
Well, I think we should take a break. Well, why don't we finish our,
Only go call and keep up there to see.
well, I think what we should do is finish up our discussion and then once we're done, then we can outreach to her.
The other thing is there, Robin will have to adjust that on YouTube for a replay, obviously, somehow,
I'll
but
talk to
don't
her.
play this.
Yeah,
I'll talk
it's
to her.
ability to
play
cut.
this.
I have to say, considering how many years we've been doing this, Robin's done a pretty good job so far.
Amazing. I mean, the thing is, it's a
the
cut
best we
through
run. every
Zoom.
week.
Yeah. So as I was saying, I'm hoping that, for use of like, and I think I should be held to the same standard of completing I mean, it brings up a bigger issue of the facilities use agreement. I think my obligation would be the same as anybody else's to sign, the use of space agreement. We are not on.
Firearms, yeah.
Well, I mean, there could be officers using, I mean, that's something we need to talk about. Officers will be, I mean, they could come in, if they're, depending on where they're coming from, on duty or off duty or so, I mean, I anticipate there will be officers with firearms in the auditorium. I can, if we're opposed to
Good.
that, I can say no.
We've had it before.
But in terms of, I think it raises a bigger issue of like, we need to hone in on a use of space, like the facilities agreement, and we could adopt the same ones we have currently for the Hilton Auditorium. Is if your level of comfort with that. In terms of the cost for use, I mean, I would obviously hold myself to the same standards. We're not profiting, we're paying for, like, we're not charging people, and in fact, we're gonna provide food. Well, but things of if there's like lunch being provided, how do we want to handle some of those things? I'm just putting it out on the table. One, if it's okay with you guys, if I fill out the form and use the facility on December 5th to host that officer training.
What do you normally do?
Well, what we've historically done is go to each department and do the training. But it was with the auditorium, it offered a great opportunity for more collaboration to get the 8 like different police departments together for a more collaborative approach. Rather than just doing a 2-hour training, it offers up like 6 hours of training for the officers, which at the end of the year is usually beneficial because
The credits.
they need the credits. We could offer it like have a Zoom option and a recorded option. So if officers want, these are not things that have ever been available because we didn't really have the facility to accommodate it. So it was generated because of the building. I was like, wow, here's a great opportunity to have, it's frankly more work for me, but in the sense of, I think it's such a value to the county. I'm like, this is exactly what it's intended for, right? But I obviously, before we put it out there, I need to get permission. I want to be totally transparent about it. Get your permission and then also,
It
Yeah.
seems like an appropriate use of the facility, where, I mean, all our law enforcement officers need this training. So from that standpoint, I think it seems appropriate. The financial standpoint, I guess we need to review. And we need to talk about policies of whether or not we're gonna have food in the auditorium, whether it's gonna be allowed or what you might do with, if you're gonna take a
Totally.
lunch break. But that's just discussion that I'm sure we'll figure out how to work out.
Are you volunteering your time too?
oh, yeah, I mean, it's like the whole thing. It's gonna cost me
No.
money. It's not
Yeah,
gonna.
it's just-
Oh, you don't get paid for doing this.
No, no.
Seminar, if you will.
Outside, you could have somebody else cater the food, we wouldn't have to use the deck on.
Well, the question I have about the food is whether we wanna allow people to bring
Yeah.
drinks and food in to potentially mess the place up and then have them do some
Well, I mean,
extra cleaning.
and that's why, exactly, or it's like, is that part of the fee, again, like,
Right,
if we're gonna establish a
call.
fee, if people have food and then maybe if by serving food, you have a fee. That seems like more reasonable, right? If you're gonna offer food, that there's a fee is that attached to it for the cleaning. I mean, whatever,
Yeah.
these are things, so I guess there's two prongs of what I'm asking for. One, I mean, we don't have an official form. I'm asking for permission to reserve the space and then for that date. Secondarily, collectively, we can talk about establishing cost and like how we want to handle it, the use of space, just like we did with the Hilton. And then, I'm held to the same standard,
Yeah, yeah.
whatever it is.
You could block the aisle, like leave the two bathrooms open, just put the rope up that there's no entering into the nursing home like we do with a regular meeting, right? You're talking about the Hilton over here?
No, the new
Oh,
auditorium,
okay.
because it's so, I mean, it's so fantastic for,
it's a great
Yeah.
venue.
it's a great venue and it can.
I'll still see what we got.
In general, I'm in favor,
Me too.
Okay.
but for this use.
Okay.
But we just gotta talk out the details.
Which is
I
why,
think starting with the form that we had developed for the Hilton, that seems to be pretty successful, and we developed it kind of in understanding that we were gonna need it for the new,
yes,
facility, so I think we should probably review that again and
Yeah.
see that it fits
absolutely.
and, but yeah.
But
no, I
that's
think
why
it's good.
It's 90 days and I'm bringing
Right.
up now, so it's like, to make sure it's okay, so I don't have to make alternative arrangements, and then we can work through those details that it's like, this is the standard for everyone.
The police officers will be interested to come to the facility and see what's going on here, this
That's
is
just one of
good
the
time.
things I like.
Does
Good
anyone-
time.
Anybody have any other, we good, okay. Okay,
Do we know who's gonna be doing cleaning for the new building?
I don't think that's gone out to bid yet.
Were we gonna have the company that's doing all the outbuildings and assisted living? Do that? That was
Jude, have
the
you
big-
done anything about janitorial services for the building?
I have not. I understand that it's being funded in general government and check this.
Is the RFP going out for it? I believe that, right? For the material, that we-
Well, I mean,
The
we
what-
can,
The
we
RFP
can
that
kind
we
of
did,
pull one together that's kind of similar to how we went out for having, cleaning that's done at assisted living,
It's been done pretty quick.
HR and
so that RFP said it may turn into cleaning for the new building as well.
I didn't think so. I thought that RFP was for
It stated-
HR
I
and
checked.
assistant,
It said it could.
it said it
possibly
could
turn into-
possibly.
Yeah.
yeah, that's
Well,
what
it's,
exactly,
Right.
I remember
Mhm.
discussing that, we wanted to leave open the opportunity of expansion when we were doing that. To the new building, yeah,
If-
so,
Probably check with that.
And there are-
company, If they're willing to do that.
And there are some monies budgeted in the general government, because it's multiple departments involved here for the cleaning, general government contracted services.
I think that we should have an RFP for cleaning the new
I
building.
think it should go up
As
for
a
the
separate, include the folks that are working for us now, because, and they were so informed.
it might be most cost effective, right?
Right, oh, absolutely.
Economies of scale,
I mean, I don't think we have any complaints with these people that we're using now, so, Yeah, definitely include them, but I think we should open up to make sure. The new buildings has probably a few different
There's a lot of
challenges.
glass.
That's what I was, there's a lot of glass, right, and there's the auditorium, it's just different, and the expectations will be higher because it's new, and we expect to keep it clean
It's
for a
gonna be-
long
and
time.
it's a lot. It's 5 or 6 times bigger than just doing the 2 departments they do at the courthouse, so. You know, that you have to make sure that company that's currently doing it has the staff. You might be looking for something, there's gonna be a lot more.
Right, staffing is definitely an issue,
Okay.
so can we develop the,
We'll work on it, yes.
yeah, okay, great, thanks. Good.
Um, is there any, other new business, old business? Thank you for indulging me. Public comment, I know that Jessica Lee wanted to speak, that she sat through the meeting. I just found her number. I can call her just on my cell and we can.
Are we recording? Yes. Yes, okay. Did we ever stop?
Hello,
Hello?
Ms. Lee?
Yeah.
Hi, this is Pete Coyle. How are you?
Hey.
We are all appalled. I actually have you on speakerphone in the boardroom. So I just wanted to make you aware of that. But I mean, I can tell you that we've never had any experience like that in any of our tenure here. And, it's appalling to all of us. And so I'm very.
My heart is like still beating out of my chest right now.
I completely understand it. I'm so sorry you had to experience that. The reason I have you on my phone and on speakerphone is I know that you sat through the meeting and I anticipate it's because you'd like to speak in public comment. So we have reached public comment. I know you didn't sign back on, but I want to give you the opportunity to speak for public comment if you would like.
I would like to. That was the whole reason why I was on there. I'm just gonna grab, I just had a couple of notes on a piece of paper.
Sure, take your time. Again, you're on speakerphone in the conference room and your voice will be recorded on the Zoom in the conference room.
Okay,
Okay?
I am like shocked. I'm just trying to give myself a second.
Absolutely. It's completely jarring, so we all.
You wanna sign back on to Zoom?
What is,
So what I want, no, I'd like to, I mean, I was on the call for a reason. That was certainly, unexpected is like a understatement. But the reason why I was on the call today is because I was hoping to get some follow-up on the complaint that I mailed in on August 11th.
okay, and I think I did respond.
I did see that. It was very generic. I have a couple of follow-up questions. I'm just curious how, first of all, the complaint, how was the complaint addressed?
So.
With all due respect,
Yeah,
this is not a question and answer period. This is a time for public comment and you're welcome. If you don't mind well, no, you're welcome to tell us whatever you would like to share.
So real concerns with the way that the IEA process is dealt with at the Rockingham County Corrections Facility. I filled out an IEA on August 2nd for my sister, who on that same day was arrested and brought to Rockingham County Jail. I went to Derry and filled out the IEA with the prayer and complaint that was notarized with the Center for Life Management. They instructed me to take those forms to the jail and that my sister was going to go to the hospital from there. I brought the forms to the jail. And I don't know what happened from that point. All that I can gather from a voicemail that Superintendent Henry left me on I believe that was August 11th, is that my IEA was, he said my IEA was never certified and it was out of compliance. So I want to know, is there a protocol in place that the jails are supposed to follow when they receive an IEA? Because it doesn't seem like my sister received due process. She was in a holding cell for 9 days. It wasn't until I contacted NAMI New Hampshire, and then Susan Stearns, the director at NAMI, contacted Marissa Henn, I believe her name is, the deputy commissioner, Department of Health and Human Services, and they used Mission Zero as, an accelerant to get her into New Hampshire State Hospital. I'm trying to find out what happened with this whole process, because it doesn't seem like my IEA was acknowledged when it was handed off. My sister, why was she in a holding cell for 9 days? How do you, she was in a psychosis and she's in a room with the lights on 24/7. She told me she didn't even have a shower until the last day. She didn't even know she was allowed to take a shower. She had no tablet for communication. As far as I know, she had a booking picture taken and her fingerprints were done the day she went in. So what happened?
So thank you for raising your concerns. Is there anything else you'd wish to share?
The thing I wish to share is that like no family member should go through this process. And it's really disappointing that I spoke with so many different individuals and agencies, and I was directed to, another department, or I didn't get return calls back. I didn't hear from Superintendent Henry until they were contacted by the Department of Health and Human Services on the 11th. It's not acceptable. My sister's not a criminal. She has a mental health issue and she was in a manic psychosis. She didn't get the care she deserved. She told me she had to literally show the sheriff, the officer that was on duty, like within 4 days of her arrest, blood saturated underwear from her period because he refused to get her another pair. He said, "Oh, I gave you a pair when you came in." That's not okay. Nobody should be treated like that. And then I don't even get follow-up response. I'm not a criminal either.
Well,
it's a big issue in the state, the way that people with mental health issues are dealt with. And all I want to make sure is that like the protocol is followed, that as set by the state of New Hampshire in accordance with the IEA process. It didn't happen.
Thank you for your comments. And we appreciate you taking the time to air your concerns and considerations.
Thank you. And I'm sorry that I sound very, but that's very, very disturbing what happened at the end of that meeting. But it seems kind of targeted. Like, you've never had that happen before. And then as soon as I'm typing in, it's very weird. And it's very upsetting.
I don't think, we have no reason to believe that.
It's bizarre. It's bizarre.
Okay. Well, thank you for your public comment, and I'm gonna hang up with you right now unless you want to stay on the line and listen to the rest of the meeting, but okay. Thank you very much. Bye. Okay, is there anyone else for public comment? Don't see anyone. With that, I'll take a motion to move into non-public session pursuant to 91
So move.
Oh.
Second.
I said, I'll take it. I make a motion and second. On the
Second.
motion, Commissioner Tombrello, Commissioner Godu.
Yes.
And I vote yes. We're now going into non-public. Thank you, everybody. I'm so sorry for this experience today.
Sure.
Good afternoon. We're back out of non-public session. And first I move to bring forward off the table a general leave request for Department of Corrections.
I'll make a motion to approve a general leave request for Department.
First, I just made a motion to bring it forward off the table.
Second.
On the motion to bring forward,
Yes.
Commissioner Tombrello.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, and then I move to approve a general leave request for a Department of Corrections employee JK with county portion of all benefits to continue for the period of September 7th, 2025 through October 11th, 2025, as recommended by the superintendent of the Department of Corrections and Human Resources Manager.
Second,
Any discussion? On the motion, Commissioner Godu?
yes.
Commissioner Tombrello? And I vote yes. We also had non-public sessions. We had a total of 6 non-public sessions. I moved to seal numbers 1 through 4 indefinitely because it could adversely affect the reputation of an individual other than a member of this board. I don't think 5 and 6 need to be sealed. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any
I was
discussion?
I was letting you make the second.
Well, I was trying to think what, but no, section 5 and 6 was.
5,
The last two.
Yeah, okay. Fine, I agree.
on the motion, Commissioner Tombrello?
Yes.
Commissioner Godu?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Finally,
Motion to adjourn.
second. All those in favor?
I got lost my jaw.
I know.
Yes.
So adjourned. Thank you very much.
I might have to stand